you were breached. And he kept saying,
Yeah.
it's not going to be embarrassing.
No, I was just.
Anyway, so, and you know, Emily, it's interesting now that you've done doula stuff, I don't think they ever talked to me about things that you could do to help a baby turn.
So I was coming out bottom first? No.
You were classic breach.
Oh, bottom
She
first.
was feet first.
Oh, okay.
And then it was a Saturday night, and I was going into labor, and so I called them and I said, you know, what should we do? And they said, well, just go ahead and come on up to the hospital, and we'll double check, make sure if the baby's still breech or not. And that's when Leanne Wood kept the other 3 girls, and she came over. She was
Is she a
behind
college
us.
student? Or
No,
what was
she was a young adult. She was in her 20s.
She lived on Columbus Avenue.
Her dad was pastor at First Baptist at one point. But that's how we met her. And then I think she'd gone out with Kenny once.
Marrying Chet Edwards?
Yeah, she's the one who married Chet Edwards.
No!
And
She
she-
kept them while I was born.
And so we called her, because it was about, I don't know, it was almost midnight or something, and we called her, she came over and stayed with them the rest of the night. And so then we got to the hospital, and they hooked me up, and they did the x-ray, they said, yes, the baby's still breech. They gave me something to keep my labor from being too much, and then I guess basically so the doctor could sleep all night.
When you say they hooked you up to an IV and then to some sort of a drip, like, do you think it was an epidural then? That slows down labor.
They did do an
Or-
epidural when it was closer to time for the, no, but I labored.
So was it a narcotic? So it wasn't a pain thing. It was something to slow down.
It's just something to slow down labor, and
Slow
just
laboring all night so that the doctor.
They slowed it down so he could.
yeah, just so that they could wait and do the.
But you don't know
C-section
what it was
and
that they gave you?
I don't remember what they gave me. And also, I think they sort of probably gave me something to keep me kind of woozy. But he told me, he said, it's healthier for the baby the more you labor. Even
That's
though-
true.
if it's gonna be
But
a
so there was
C-section.
never any discussion of it not being a C-section.
Why
And there's
was it
never.
healthier?
Just the
Prepares
process
the
of,
baby for being ready to.
yeah, whatever the things that happen in your body, the different changes in your hormones and
Oh,
all
so
that.
Sarah's a
is-
C-section?
The baby
is
getting.
better for the baby.
I've forgotten that.
And so then he got there at 6 in the morning or something, and that was the time when Richard Jackson he came in as the pediatrician. He was the guy from church, the doctor. So, and it wasn't Dr. Lewis, it was his assistant who did the delivery, Grayson, Dr. Grayson delivered you, and so Daddy's down there at the end, you know, at the other end, watching the delivery, and he's right there beside Dr. Grayson the whole time, asking questions, and that's when Dr. Grayson
And you don't feel
said,
things split open,
Oh, yeah, I
and
don't
you're just
feel
behind a curve.
I felt more with you than I did with Jennifer,
So
because
weird.
yours was an epidural, yours was a spinal.
Wait,
But-
what is epidural? Just a drug that they give you?
No, epidural is the space. The epidural is the space
Yeah, epi
but-
is in between.
in between your spinal column and the.
They put
In your
shot in your back,
surface.
and it everything.
Oh, so they just put a shot in there. With Jennifer's, there was something.
It was a shot also, but it's.
It describes the place where it's going.
Oh,
It didn't you
okay,
all-
you're paralyzed.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
With the epidural, you can still feel pressure, and you can feel, like I could feel.
It's like the fluid. It's like the column of fluid outside of the spinal column.
Why
So
would they, it's just back then, that's what they did, they didn't do
And
epidural.
I think the spinal is quicker, or something. But
and
she-
more comprehensive, I
she
guess.
was
Like
an
that.
emergency, so I think that was why they.
Yeah. Sometimes nowadays with an emergency, they just put you under like completely. So.
I don't, so anyway, so that was the time when the doctor said, would you mind moving over here in my light? And so Richard was real nice. He said, why don't you come stand back here with me? And so then he could tell Daddy, well, this is the uterus. Yeah, so
Because they put it on basically,
they just
you
pull
know,
it
they
all
put it
out
out
and put
and
it
just
on
lay it on your
Yeah,
stomach.
while they're
Yeah.
getting the,
Before they sew it
So
back up.
weird.
So,
all your guts.
And so the bad thing about a C-section is that then they wrap you up and bring you up by my head, but I can't even.
Yeah.
It's like it's like
How
holding
long
a
I
was
can't
football.
how
touch
was the
you or hold
process
you
of
or-
them being able to like sew you up and all that kind of stuff?
Well, they had you out. They had the baby out within.
Oh, yeah, with this.
Right,
5
how long are you
minutes.
having to wait before you can kind of like hold?
Oh, it's a
Hours.
few hours. Because the rest of the procedure takes 30 minutes, I guess, to finish sewing me up.
But they can't stick the baby on your chest while they're sewing.
Yeah, and so
They
you
don't.
wouldn't.
I don't know why.
Well, it's in the operating room. It's like 50 degrees or something, and they say that the baby will get cold.
And so you had to. So I wasn't able to eat for that whole time. Is that normal? Just a baby normally able to latch on at the beginning?
I mean,
Yeah. As soon as they're
oh,
born, they put them
able
straight
to,
on.
but
I should know that's
don't.
normal for them
Which is
to.
supposed to.
But that's what I would tell Daddy
Right.
both times. I was like, you follow this baby to the nursery. Actually, I did that with all 4 of y'all. You make sure that, they don't, well, you didn't put Anna because you weren't there. make sure they don't mix up my babies.
And then, how long do you stay in the hospital after a C-section, and like how long did you heal till you were better?
She was born on Sunday morning because you were able to call them and they made the announcement at early church. So they knew at early church, they said, because I remember Ron said, those Johnsons sure do like little girls. It was real cute. And then, so that was early Sunday morning, and I probably went home Monday afternoon.
Were you in pain that whole time at the hospital, or were you pain going back home? Like how long?
Oh,
did
it
take?
hurts. It hurts. The incision hurts while it's healing, and it, it's.
When you laughed.
Can't lift things
I
and
can't lift anything, and that's the hard thing because you can't lift a toddler. But I could sit down and she could sit in my lap, or that. And I'm trying.
So would Emily have been old enough to kind of pick Anna up and put her on your lap if she needed or something?
Yeah, she probably. And Emily was a big help.
Yeah.
Of course, Emily. Every picture of you,
Right.
or every picture of
I can
Emily during
imagine
that time period
this
she's
visual.
carrying me. I should say.
That's so cute.
She loved carrying you around. But yeah, I don't remember as much about the recovery with you as I do with Jennifer. I guess just because there's 4 of y'all. But it wasn't.
Yeah, and that was your first time.
It wasn't bad. And I do remember because it was right before the Passion Play. And so you were born on a Sunday, and it wasn't that week, but it was probably the very next week because you were tiny. I mean, you were still like 1 or 2 weeks old, and Daddy was gone every single night because of the rehearsal. And then when we went, we wanted to go see it, and so I sat on the back row with you so that I could go see it. And you were just like,
Yeah.
2 weeks old. And then he was gone, so that was before Easter, and then he was gone over Easter because of the mission trip, the prison mission trip. Because I remember thinking your first 6 weeks of life were, it was like, wow.
You were stressed out.
Yeah,
Because you had all these little babies. You were a baby and little
But
baby.
it was fun, and you were beautiful.
Go ahead.
And it was
Not
cute
as beautiful,
because.
I know.
Stay.
I should never have said anything.
You know, it's just 'cause
sorry.
we like to tease you. It's
Yeah.
not like we
I know,
actually feel
sorry.
insecure.
No.
Not offended.
But it was cute because I was teaching that
Alex,
couples class in the
Right.
college Sunday school, and they gave me a little party, and I think that's where I got that yellow bunny. That was
Yeah.
from one of those kids. It was really cute. They were real sweet. They were all excited. Because all the college kids were. Yeah, grandmother came, and it was real because.
Grandma, I guess.
Yes, but
doesn't really
grandmother came to stay and help for a few days because that was the Cheerio episode, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Was it really
Everybody
right
was-
after Sarah was born?
I think it was that time because Mama was there for about a week.
Cheerio episode.
We all know this one well.
Everybody eats Cheerios. poor grandmother.
She pours Cheerios.
But I remember there's pictures of you, like Kitty and Curry came right away. Because they got married in September before you were born. So they hadn't
that's
been married very
funny.
Oh,
long.
that's cute.
And it's real funny hearing
Well, they
Curry
probably
talk
got
about it
pregnant pretty
now.
soon after that, then, huh? 'Cause-
Yeah, and Curry didn't really want to.
oh,
I mean, she wasn't really anticipating. And I thought, isn't that funny? Because I thought when she was holding you, I thought, she wants a baby.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But she's
Yeah.
pregnant.
And
Whether she
grandma,
wanted it or not.
and
And we're so glad.
Grandmommy Kate's had already moved to Forney, but she came to see you. I'm trying to think who all else was there, because I mostly I remembered it from pictures, but I know Daddy came, but he didn't stay. So, anyway, it was
Yeah, that's
a good day, and you were born on the, what is the little poem? Monday's child is fair of face, Tuesday's child is full of grace, Wednesday's child is something.
When was I born? What did
Yeah, but a child that's born on the Sabbath day is
Look it up on the internet.
I thought I knew this, but it is like this one. He's happy and wise and good and gay or something like that. Of course, gay didn't used to mean what it means nowadays. But
Yay.
anyway, I'm sorry I didn't
We
know
all
that
had
because that would be a
gay
good
all the
one.
time.
That's
You would have presents.
Oh, yes, wait,